Another Black woman with fibroids. Journey with JeaH. I'm recovering from fibroids and abdominal hysterectomy. I decided to create a series of articles focused on my journey with fibroids. As a woman who has dealt with endometriosis since early childhood, I have faced my fair share of problems and challenges with my reproductive health. As a creative, it is my responsibility to bring visibility to issues that are concerning to the greater good. As a daughter, I experienced childhood with my mother suffering from fibroids, resulting in her having surgery to address the problem. So I had some understanding about what this journey would be. What I didn't think was that I would feel like I was about to die. The privilege of being a Black woman comes with its fair share of burdens, one of which is the capacity to take on more than most could bear. This is not an attribute. This is not strength. This is what is necessary in order to survive. Our loved ones often don't pick up on the suffering because we put our heads down and plow through another hour, another day, another week. The truth of the matter is, we oftentimes suffer alone in silence. We sometimes put ourselves last when we are caring for our families. This project is intended to help at least one woman prevent an experience of being hardened by unnecessary suffering. It is also a clear objective to speak to the support that is necessary if someone in your life is suffering from fibroids. This health issue impacts nearly 80% of women by age 50. You or someone in your life may intersect with fibroids during your lifetime. I ask God to use me to bring awareness to this issue and to allow me to support others who may be suffering alone. How much can a person bleed? During the second week of April 2026, I had experienced approximately 10 days in the calendar year without bleeding. Personal? Yes. Relatable? I hope not. For me, it is required to share this detail because this is not normal. This left me feeling extreme fatigue, anemia, and severe anxiety. Ladies, do not suffer alone. You've heard about my hemoglobin and my mental health, but who am I? You can call me JeaH. I am a wife, mother, corporate executive, and your new sister friend. Balancing the demands of life were completely dismantled by what grew to be grapefruit-sized fibroids that were completely overwhelming my life. Outside of my husband, mom, and a very few close friends, I did not share what I was going through with anyone. In hindsight, that was a mistake. What I have found since is that there are many support groups to address navigating the waters of fibroids within community, even within social media. My advice to anyone with an early diagnosis is to join a group to hear about others who have gone through similar symptoms, who can describe their treatments and recovery recommendations. We can all learn so much from one another, and I have been able to offer support and encouragement to other women through these channels. It is a blessing to be a blessing. This project will be my social experiment to build a resource for community. I am inviting women from some of the social media support groups to engage in a more intimate setting than Facebook. The etiquette over on Substack is a little different flavor than some of the other social media platforms. This is a longer form of sharing than a bite-sized dopamine spike of the faster platforms. If you are suffering from some of the more severe symptoms of fibroids like I was, maintaining a lower cortisol level will be very important on your healing journey, so logging off of Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook may prove beneficial. From to bad to intolerable! I remember when I was younger, I heard someone say that your body will send warning signals that start in whispers and will get louder and louder until you can no longer ignore them. That was legitimized in my fibroid experience. I remember first being diagnosed with having a small fibroid After an ultrasound around 14 years ago, when I was suspecting an endometriosis flare-up. You see, I have a story to tell about my reproductive journey. When I was a little girl, I always wanted to become a mother. As an early adolescent, my period was always very rough, with cramps, heavy bleeding, nausea, pelvic pressure, pain, and digestive disruptions. I was the type of teen who would study medical encyclopedias when something didn't feel right. I brought the big word endometriosis to my pediatrician around 16 years old. I was basically laughed out of the clinic. I persisted because my symptoms showed no chill. After seeing an OBGYN around 18 years old, I finally had someone take my concern seriously, but I was warned. The only way to find out whether you actually have endometriosis or not is to have a surgical procedure. I asked, what if I don't have the procedure? The advice that I received was, if I wanted to become a mom, with the severity of my cycles, it would be better to find out nothing is there than to ignore the pain and find out later you have a condition that could have been treated. I scheduled the surgery. I'm still grateful to this day for the doctor who took my concern seriously, because the surgery revealed moderate endometriosis and was treated by laser during the procedure. This limited the ability for lesions to continue to grow that had attached to my uterus and other reproductive parts. Limiting these growths increased my chances of fertility in the future. I had my first baby at 24 years old. I had my second child when I was 27 and my youngest at 29. Endometriosis was treated mainly through birth control during my 30s, but once the 40s hit, it was feeling once again like the condition was getting the best of me. I sought out care again, but now I live in a new state with a very different system than what I was used to. It was not going to be easy to get treatment. I'll write more about that later. The fibroid that had been diagnosed more than a decade ago had now grown to be around the size of a grapefruit, and it felt like it, and it was making me miserable. I felt faint 24/7. I had no appetite. I had extreme fatigue. A basic grocery store run a few times a week was the maximum amount of time outside of my house that I would spend towards the end. I felt weak. From a mental health standpoint, I didn't know what to do with weak. I'm not weak. The condition was breaking me. When our bodies need treatment, so do our minds, so does our soul. This is why our connections are so important. At all times, someone in our midst is suffering. I want to do my part to bring light to the darkness any way that I can. 90 days of healing. Over the next 90 days, I will be writing about my experience of having an abdominal hysterectomy. I will share what led to my decision, some of the hurdles in the healthcare that I experienced, and the best practices for both self-care and providing community support. All are welcome here. Please be respectful. Promote fibroid education and awareness. Although women from all racial and ethnic backgrounds experience fibroids, this Substack is created specifically for Black American women with the intention of building community for realized support. If you would like to use this space to share your story, please feel free to do so. If you had healed from fibroid suffering naturally, I'm especially interested in your routines, supplements, or alternatives that you have used so that you may help someone else who would like to approach a holistic journey in dealing with fibroids. Sharing is caring. If you have had a hysterectomy, please share how many years it's been since you've had the surgery. What helped you heal? What was the best support you received? And what should women and men understand about losing the uterus? One gem that I heard so far from a woman I met on this journey is a hysterectomy doesn't stop the tools from working. Subscribe to the stack and let's build community together. Until next time, be well.